Everybody, my name is James, and a couple hours ago I thought of a new concept for a website. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to create a series of tutorials, and we're going to build my new website. My new website is called websitesfornoobs.com, and what I'm going to do with this website is pretty much build a website so that people who are looking to create a small website, build an online store, create a forum website or a blog or something, they can simply go there, get all the tools they need, and build it without having to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for some professional to do for them. So I'm going to show you how to build a website very cheap, utilize various different assets that are already out there to this point. So because I'm building this website and that's the concept for it, I've decided that it'd be great if I build the website throughout the tutorial. So you're going to actually see me build my website, and then also once the website is done, it's going to be established for everybody to use. And my whole gear for this website is not for people who already know how to build websites, but for those people who are, well, not as experienced, or I'm going to say they're not professional website designers, and or they may be new to doing it and they're just trying to build a website real quick, but have no clue of how to do it. So the whole website overall is going to have I'm gonna have my reviews of different hosting websites, different domain websites. I'm gonna have show like the best shopping carts and stuff like that. But also we're gonna have a whole tutorial site section of it. We're gonna have a forum. We're gonna have a blog, and I'm gonna put a store on there just not because I'm gonna sell stuff out of there. It's because I want to show you guys how to put a store on a web host. Very simple and very cheap, easy to do. So the new website, websitesfornoobs.com, is going to be hosted on Arvix. And actually, what I have here, I have the Arvix page right here. When developing a website, you got to look at a few different things. First off, you got to think of your domain name, and then you got to think about what hosting company you're going to go through. All right, your domain name needs to be something that stands out. All right. Usually, a lot of people say put a keyword in there. So if your website is selling baseball hats, try to put baseball hat inside the domain name. I agree with that to a point, but at the same time, I also do not agree with that. If I have a catchy domain name that when I tell people my website name, that it sticks in their head, I think that does a little bit more than just having a domain name that has a couple keywords in it. So I will try finding something that's going to stand out. All right, go around some of those big name companies or websites that are very popular and look at the domain names. Kind of get an idea of what they are using. All right, and also if you're building an online store, go find your competitors online and find out what domain names they're using. Find something that'll let you stand out, but also give an edge on them. All right. So enough talking about domain names. When you're building a website, you got to find a website host, and Arvix right here is a pretty good one. I use them for almost everything I do. For the most part, I specifically build websites for charities and nonprofit organizations. So I don't sit here and build websites professionally for major corporations. I do my websites for free, and I don't do it for profit, should I say. So everything that I make off the websites, any website do it, pretty much everything goes to charities, or it is designed for a charity to earn money. So Arvix as a whole is a good hosting website for that concept, because it's something that once I'm done building the website, the individuals that are running the organization, I can easily teach them how to use the website hosts and maintain their website. So let's discuss different types of hosting out there. First off, when deciding on a host, as you can see right here in Arvix, you're going to see this pretty much everywhere. Unlimited disk space, unlimited data transfer, free domain, 24/7 support, all that crap, right? So don't necessarily get wrapped up into there. All right. I understand that you can go on Google and you can type in the best website hosting, and you're going to have a couple main websites show up. I would recommend that instead of looking at these websites, you find out for yourself what host you feel is good for you, because these websites get commission from these hosting companies, and the top 3 hosting companies are going to be the ones that pay them the top commission for each time somebody signs up with them. So my personal opinion, Arvixe is the best website host out there. I've never had a problem with them. I've never had a website go down. I understand they're not $1 a month or whatever, but when you purchase them, you're purchasing that package, and it's what you pay for is what you get. So I would definitely suggest that you look through them. Even then, here's a website this is a page I put together in about 10 minutes. I know it's ugly, but it has a list of 4 different website hosts on here. All right. So as you can see, Arvixe is my number 1. I have it on there as number 1 because it is the website host that I use. I have a coupon with them that if you type in newbie 20%, you will save 20% off your first purchase from them. So if you decide to purchase a month of website hosting, you are going to save roughly $1 and some change. If you decide to do 2-year hosting with them, you're going to save almost $20. All right. So in order to claim that on Arvixe, just come to the website real quick, websitefornoobs.com. It'll automatically take you to this page for now, this temporary page. And if you click on Visit Arvixe, it'll take you to our website. When you sign up for it, I'm going to go ahead and back up real quick. When you sign up for them, use this code and you'll get 20% off. Now, just in case you don't like Arvixe, I will tell you, I have these Just Host just underneath them also. If you don't like Arvixe but you prefer to pay for a Just Host instead, that's fine. These 2 web host companies are paid. You have to pay for them, and they do offer cPanel. That is why one of the top reasons why they're my favorite companies. They're cheap, and they have cPanel. As you can see over here, I have shown you what their prices are. Arvixe $7 for a month, and Just Host is $11.99 for a month. But as the longer term you buy, the cheaper it gets. All right. So I would suggest either Arvixe or Just Host. But if you don't necessarily want to pay the few extra bucks a year for website hosting, iPage is a good alternative. A lot of people say they're the best, but I do not think they're the best. I understand they're cheap, and that's about it. Their administrative panel is not that great. You definitely have more options with Arvixe and Just Host. iPage would specifically be if you're just going to make a website and let it sit there and don't want to spend a lot of money and you don't plan on making any money on your website, iPage is a pretty good way to go. On all these websites, you can go ahead and check them out. Now, if you're looking to build a website for free and you're just doing it for fun, 00 Web Host down here is a free website host company. All right, they do offer cPanel, and I've talked about cPanel, but I haven't really showed you guys what that is yet. All right, so Arvixe, this is my hosting panel. This is the cPanel. Is all this area down here? This is all the administrative functions for your website. Now I know it looks like a lot, but you're not going to use all of this. They do have a lot on here, but there's only a few icons that we specifically look at. But this platform right here is very simple to work with. If you go to WebHost, there's our webhost.com. This is also an account that I have. This is a free account, and they have the same thing, the cPanel. All right, and that's just the administrative panel. It's very simple to use, very easy to look at, and it's not too confusing. All right, everything's pretty much in the center of the page. You find their icon, click on it. So if you don't want to pay for any of these top ones, 00 Web Host is a good free option. All right. I will have more tutorials about 00 Web Hosts, because if you decide to do a store on there, you're going to have to do a little bit more work in order to get it put on there. All right. So now we've discussed the domain name, choosing a domain name, and choosing your host. Oh, by the way, let me go back to domain names real quick. You could either go to a domain registry like register.com and buy a domain, and then go buy your hosting website. But if you go click, like say if we click on Just Host real quick and we go there, let's see my internet. All right. If you look, you get a free domain name anyways. See, you get a free domain name. So going over, and Arvix is the same thing. Arvix free domain name. All right, each one. Don't worry about going to GoDaddy and buying a website URL. All right, don't worry about that. Go to Arvix, go to Just Host, iPage 00 Web Host, and select it. All right, 00 Web Host. There, you get to choose your domain name, but it's not going to be, like for instance, websitefornoobs.com. For them, it's going to be websitefornoobs.net63.net. So if you want to have your own specific .com website, you have to pay extra for that. All right. So now let's go talk about some of the programs you can use. All right. Throughout this tutorial, we're going to be using Dreamweaver. All right. You can go to adobe.com and you could download Dreamweaver. Or you could download the package that will allow you to use Dreamweaver. There's like a 30-day trial or whatever, where you can download it, mess around with it for a month, and then if you don't like it, if you don't want to pay for it afterwards, you can go ahead and cancel it. All right. Dreamweaver is is a if you buy flat out, it's like $300, $400, something like that. If you do the monthly payment like I'm doing, it's like $30 a month. All right, but it's a very good platform, very good for developing websites. All right, there are free options out there. I don't think I've got. One second, let's see what I have on here. It doesn't really look like I have any on this computer. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So, well, anyways, there are some good free options. So if you don't want to pay to use Dreamweaver, you don't necessarily have to. All right, just go Google, free alternative to Dreamweaver, and you'll get plenty of stuff that pops up. All right. The second thing you're going to want is either Photoshop, which can cost additional with Adobe, or I like to use GIMP. All right, GIMP is completely free. Download off the internet, and it works just like Photoshop. It is the free version of Photoshop, pretty much. All right, so what you'll do in GIMP or Photoshop is, if you decide to make a custom banner or something on top of your website, that's where that comes into play. If you decide you want to make custom buttons for your navigation bars, that's what we're going to do here. All right. Also with pictures, if we decide to edit any pictures, we're going to edit it inside GIMP or Photoshop. So you're going to want to download this. You want the Dreamweaver, but then also you're going to want to download what is called FileZilla. All right. FileZilla, what it does is it allows you to transfer your files directly from your computer, which is this section. It's going to transfer over to your website. All right. So as you can see, earlier today, right after I made my new hosting website, this website right here, or this page, should I say, I built it real quick in Dreamweaver. I put it on my desktop and I transferred it to the website. All right. So it's just temporarily there. All right. So, but over time, what we're going to do is we're going to start a brand new page. We're going to design the template for it, and we're going to start coding that template in order to build our entire website concept. So in the videos to follow, we'll start actually producing the website itself. All right. So remember, before we start this tutorial, you're going to want to go get some website hosting. If you're doing it, if you just want to try it out, go ahead and go to my website for now. Get the free website host. If you're going to build a website now and you want to create a website for a business or something, go ahead and pay for your Arvix or your Just Host, iPage, whatever you want. Go ahead and get FileZilla. Download something like Dreamweaver. If not, get Dreamweaver itself. Do the 30-day trial. It's risk-free 30-day trial. And then go ahead and download. If you're going to do the trial for Dreamweaver, you might as well do the trial for Photoshop. But if you don't want to do the Photoshop, go ahead and do GIMP. Also, what I would suggest you do is, if you don't have it already, as you can see, I'm using a MacBook. I would download Safari, Opera, and Firefox. All right, because you're going to want to test your website out in multiple different internet browsers. I don't have Internet Explorer on here, so I have to go to a different computer to check out Internet Explorer. But it's really good. It's really good practice to test out your website on different web browsers to make sure that they all work together. Make sure the site looks fairly similar in each browser. So in the next tutorial, we'll start coding our website, and then we'll start developing the overall plan for it.